fog creeps through the narrow streets of Victorian London, and behind a locked door, a horrifying secret waits to be unleashed. Welcome to our visual retelling of Robert Louis Stevenson's chilling masterpiece, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. This isn't just a tale of science gone wrong. It's a deep dive into the shadows of human nature, the battle between good and evil that lives within us all. Today, we'll guide you through the haunting story of a respected doctor and the monster he set free. Get ready for mystery, transformation, and the darkness that even the brightest minds can't escape. Let's begin. In the misty gloom of Victorian London, a reserved and thoughtful lawyer named Mr. Gabriel Utterson walks the narrow cobblestone streets with his cousin, Mr. Enfield. As the two pass a weathered, ominous door on a shadowy lane, Enfield recounts a disturbing event. A small, sinister-looking man, Mr. Hyde, once trampled over a young girl without remorse. To resolve the matter, he paid her family off, using a check signed by none other than Dr. Henry Jekyll, a man Utterson knows as honorable and upright. The story leaves Utterson deeply uneasy. Something about this strange connection feels unnatural, as if darkness is seeping through the cracks of London itself. That night, Utterson returns home, still haunted by the tale. He retrieves Dr. Jekyll's will, a document that has troubled him before. It contains a peculiar clause. If Jekyll disappears or becomes mysteriously absent, all his possessions should go to Mr. Hyde. The wording feels deliberate, too deliberate. Utterson's legal instincts are alarmed. Could his friend be under threat? Is Hyde blackmailing Jekyll? With growing concern, he resolves to dig deeper into the identity of Edward Hyde and to uncover the nature of the bond between them. Determined to confront the mystery, Utterson waits by the strange door one night, hoping for a glimpse of the man himself. Eventually, a figure approaches, short, hunched, with an unsettling gait. This is Mr. Hyde. When Utterson introduces himself, Hyde is immediately defensive, even hostile. There's something unnatural about him, not just in appearance, but in energy. He exudes a kind of evil that's hard to explain. As Hyde disappears behind the door, Utterson is left chilled to the bone. He knows now that Hyde is dangerous, and he fears for Jekyll. Utterson soon visits Dr. Jekyll in his grand, warmly lit home. The doctor greets him with ease and charm, laughing off Utterson's concerns. He insists that he has matters under control, that Hyde is no longer an issue, and that there's no need to worry. But beneath the calm exterior, Utterson detects a nervous energy. Jekyll's eyes betray something deeper, guilt, perhaps, or fear. Though he speaks of control, Utterson suspects Jekyll is trapped in something he cannot escape. Weeks pass until London is shaken by an act of savage violence. An elderly man, Sir Danvers Carew, is brutally murdered in the street, beaten to death with a heavy cane. A maid witnesses the horror from her window. The attacker is none other than Mr. Hyde. The weapon is traced back to Jekyll's home. Panic spreads. Utterson is horrified. Hyde has not only returned, he has crossed the line. And yet, once again, he vanishes without a trace, slipping into the shadows of the city. For a brief moment, Jekyll seems to come back to life. He hosts friends, speaks kindly, and assures everyone Hyde is gone. But this peace is short-lived. Soon, he shuts himself away, retreating to his laboratory and refusing visitors. His servants whisper nervously about strange sounds coming from the locked room, footsteps, shouts, and the clinking of glass. It's as if Jekyll is no longer himself, or worse, as if someone else is living behind that door. One quiet afternoon, Utterson and Enfield walk by Jekyll's home once more. To their surprise, they spot the doctor sitting at an upstairs window. He looks pale, ghost-like, but glad to see familiar faces. They speak briefly until something suddenly overtakes him. His face contorts in terror, his body seizes, and he abruptly slams the window shut. The two men stand frozen in confusion and fear, unable to understand what they've just seen. Something truly monstrous is unfolding inside that house. The situation turns dire. Jekyll's household staff, desperate and afraid, seek out Utterson. They say their master hasn't been seen in days, and the voice they hear behind the laboratory door isn't his. It's higher, more frantic. Believing Jekyll may be in danger, or worse, Utterson and the butler, Poole, force their way inside. What they find stuns them. The body of Edward Hyde lies crumpled on the floor, lifeless and twisted. He's wearing Jekyll's clothes, but of Dr. Jekyll himself there's no sign. In the aftermath, Utterson finds a letter left by the late Dr. Lanyon, a once proud man of science who died in horror weeks earlier. His confession explains everything. He had been called upon by Jekyll for help, only to witness the unthinkable. Hyde consumed a strange potion, and before Lanyon's very eyes, he transformed into Henry Jekyll. The shock of it shattered Lanyon's understanding of the world. The laws of nature had been broken, and Lanyon died a man who could no longer bear to live in a world where such things were possible. At last, in a sealed letter written by Jekyll himself, the full, terrible truth is revealed. Fascinated by the duality of man, Jekyll had created a potion to divide his good and evil natures. In doing so, he unleashed Edward Hyde, a creature free from morality, unbound by guilt. At first, the experiment thrilled him, but over time, Hyde grew stronger, appearing without the potion, acting with uncontrollable violence. Jekyll realized too late that he could no longer suppress the monster within. In the end, with no way to contain Hyde, and no way to live with what he had become, Dr. Jekyll chose to die, taking Hyde with him. A brilliant man, undone by the darkness he tried to master. Man is not truly one, but truly two, Jekyll wrote. But in the end, the shadow proved too powerful, and even the most noble soul could not survive its pull.